Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Thursday, May 16th, 2024. Welcome to my daily vlog and morning stand-up, documenting what I'm doing and have been doing and doing next to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. As is the norm, let's start by talking about yesterday. So first things first, I completed a little bit of writing for today's Friday plays that tomorrow's Friday plays that I'll work on today. I also, after lunch, I came back and I did all the everything for the Basic Fun Update video. I shot the tables, shot the on-cam, edited, and published it was a follow-up, so we had started to see a 2024 Basic Fun show up in Walmarts, and I did a speculative piece on it 2 weeks ago. I finally got a hold of one of the units, so as I was saying yesterday, I got that out. Overnight, it's done about 2,400 views. Excuse me. Not certainly nowhere near what we're accustomed to getting. It was a follow-up on a news item, and it's one of those very specific things that if you're not already following the news item, the likelihood of watching it maybe not so high. But it was a follow-through on, I said in a previous video I would follow up, and I have. So it's more of that. It's maintaining, reinforcing that if someone sees I'm going to say something and do something, I do it. I follow through. So while it wasn't a big performer, I mean, it performed just fine. A couple of thousand views again overnight isn't nothing to sneeze at. But it's probably about done. It's not going to do a whole lot more, expect, and it's not an evergreen video either. If we get a bigger answer from Basic Fun and know something, that video will be antiquated soon. But got it done. Got it taken care of. Let's see. Also, I did some processing for some shorts. There's multi-steps. I told you I made some the other day. I uploaded them to the tool that does all the captioning and got that done and processed. And then in the evening, 1980s Now, live at 7 o'clock. It was much nicer this time with the AC working. I wasn't sitting here sweating, so it was a good time. Let's talk about stats briefly. We're still straddling the line, and subs are still falling a bit. I would like to be an average of 10,000 views and 50 subscribers each day over the last 7 days. We're 12,000 views, so above the line, 36 subscribers. Really, subscriber traffic is very soft lately. It's still, a few dozen a day is not bad. I'm just saying that we'd like to be at 50 to maintain a certain velocity. Not quite a milestone. I wasn't sure yesterday. We're about 25 short, so I expect we'll hit it tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Something to celebrate on Friday, right? Other than it being Friday. So today, my primary focus is to take care of the Friday plays. I'm just about ready for it. I have today. I'll shoot it, play the game, edit it, and publish it to members, and then Friday it will go live. And also, once I get that taken care of, and amongst other stuff, I'm going to upload those shorts I processed yesterday. And I need to start some writing for a podcast we're recording next Friday. Not that it's a ton of work, but it's actual writing, not just finding topics and writing teases. We're doing another debate podcast, so I have to write my part of the debate. What are my reasonings? So I had to get that stuff ready. So if I start it now, I should be ready for the end of the week, or next week. So before I go, kind of short today, but before I go, I was just thinking, last couple of days, I feel like I'm operating in slow motion this week, and I think, by which I mean not as productive as I wanted to be. I mean, things are going fine. I'm getting out the things that I planned to get out. I feel not as motivated, but I'm thinking that's probably because of last weekend we talked about. Despite having a great time going to that wedding, it consumed my weekend. I didn't have the downtime that I'm used to on the weekend. The sitting around doing nothing, the waking up when you want to, the going to the thrift stores with my wife, just doing the casual debrief, decompress stuff. I didn't do that over the weekend, and I think that's become a very important part of my mental process. I think it's a good sign in that I've been turning it off on the weekend. I'm not really ignoring the channels and stuff, but I'm not doing work necessarily for them. I'm really taking downtime. And since I didn't get that on the weekend, because it was filled up with other stuff, part of me is like, oh, well, to fix that, what you need to do is, give yourself comp days, right? If you have a weekend you lose, give yourself a Friday, Monday somewhere or whatever. But I don't want days off is the thing. I don't want to not do what I'm doing. but I'm starting to get to the point where I feel like in order to maintain my motivation, I need to. I didn't think that was the case. Look, I thought if you like what you're doing, you're going to love doing it all the time. But as this is truly work and something I'm focusing on, and the outcome matters, I think I'm starting to find that the downtime is a for long-term sustainability, that having that downtime in between bursts of work is probably more productive than just pushing through. But over the course of working for myself over the last 18 months, I've made all kinds of it's like I've started to believe truisms. Take time for yourself. No, I don't do that. That's not a thing. My old job, I don't do that. And then now I'm like, oh, maybe you do. It's all those, and throughout the course of these months, I can't think of an example right now, but I have come up with these little truisms that people say, well, it's not the this, it's the that, and you always hear is like, yeah, that's what people say when they're. But I'm starting to realize that those have a reason for them. When people say take time for yourself, I never considered that in my real job as like, well, no, it's that's what lazy people say. Is kind of what I always thought. But maybe I'm a lazy person. I think that genuinely is affecting my attitude toward work this week, just because I didn't get that breather. So I guess, what I'm telling myself internally when I watch this to edit it in the future is that this is your job. You're self-employed. And if you don't give yourself the time that you need, well, you're not a good employer to your employee. All right. So I guess if I'm going to manage myself properly, it's not just about getting the work done. It's also about maintaining the well-being of said employee. So I'm starting to come around to things like that. And I have a good weekend coming up, so zero planned this weekend, so it should be a really a good weekend. So, okay, I'm going to get after it today, and thank you for popping in to check out today's vlog. If you did, if you're here every day, I love you for that. Have a great Thursday. A new podcast today. Give it a listen if you haven't yet. Do something good for yourself today, and I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.